Vaush, do you think Arthas was justified to burn down Stratholme in Warcraft 3? This is one of the things that always really fucking bugged me about Warcraft 3 story. Yeah, he was. Arthas was objectively correct. The houses that he didn't purge were turned into slaves of the undead by Mal'Ganis. He was at no point in the story or any of the meta-analyses afterwards, at no point was it ever demonstrated that there was another possible solution. Mal'Ganis was already at the city. There wasn't time to do another thing. Maybe, possibly, if they'd had more time, they could have, cleansed everyone. Vaush, no, he wasn't right. He killed everyone, not just the infected. How was he supposed to know who was infected? Mal'Ganis took the city. Oh, sorry, not Mal'Ganis, Balnazzar. Balnazzar took the city anyway. What was he supposed to do? Wait, it was Mal'Ganis. Yeah, no, it was Mal'Ganis. Shut up. It wasn't Balnazzar. It was Mal'Ganis. Yeah. Arthas did nothing wrong. Arthas did nothing wrong there. He did bad stuff afterwards. I just always thought it was bad to start his moral slippery slope at that point, you know? I'll explain the situation to everyone here, okay? Hold on. Feast your eyes, everyone. Feast your eyes on the glorious city of Stratholme. Sorry, this is all I've got, guys. It's the opening to the dungeon, okay? It was a big town. All right, listen. It was just for the citizens of Stratholme, it was just another ordinary day. Just another a regular old day. Little did they know that a grain shipment that they had received recently had been tainted by necromancers in service of the undead legions. Little did they know that their lives were in danger. But that grain shipment was the least of their problems, because looming over the city, waiting to capitalize on those who would soon be turned to undead from the infected grain, was none other than the Dreadlord Mal'Ganis. Ooh. With his undead army. Mal'Ganis didn't just want to kill the people of Stratholme. Mal'Ganis wanted to use the turned zombies to add them to his legion of undead. Arthas, pictured here. Arthas, pictured here. Wait, nope, that'd be after. Arthas, pictured here, realized the grain shipment was tainted. And he was like, hold on. Do I seriously have to use the in-game cutscene from Warcraft 3 Reforged instead of the original Warcraft 3? Can I please use the original? Please, please, please. Please, please, please. I don't want to give the Reforged anything. Original is better? Yeah, no shit. Here. 12 years old video. Yeah.
Glad you could make it, Uther.
Watch your tone with me, boy. You may be the prince, but I'm still your superior as a paladin.
That's wild, by the way. That in Lordaeron, a paladin outranks a prince? That's weird, right? Like, they're the crown prince. Whatever.
As if I could forget. Listen, Uther. There's something about the plague you should know. Oh no. We're too late. These people have all been infected.
See, they're green tinted.
They may look fine now, but it's just a matter of time before they turn into the undead.
What?
This entire city must be purged.
How can you even consider that? There's got to be some other way.
Damn it, Uther. As your future king, I order you to purge this city.
You are not my king yet, boy. Nor would I obey that command even if you were.
then I must consider this an act of treason.
Treason? Have you lost your mind, Arthas?
Have I? Lord Uther, by my right of succession and the sovereignty of my crown, I hereby relieve you of your command and suspend your paladins from service.
Arthas, you can't just...
It's done! Those of you who have the will to save this land, follow me. The rest of you, get out of my sight.
You've just crossed a terrible threshold, Arthas.
Jaina?
I'm sorry, Arthas. I can't watch you do this.
The problem is that Arthas is right. He's correct. When you actually play the campaign, when you play the campaign, your goal is to purge the city before Mal'Ganis converts too many of the citizens of the city into the undead. And when you destroy these houses, see the houses in part of the purge, at first the people inside are regular citizens, but eventually all of them turn to the undead curse. Every single citizen of Stratholme turns to the undead curse in the game. There are no uninfected civilians.
Prince, I am Mal'Ganis.
Mal'Ganis, see? Look.
As you can see, your people are now mine. I will now turn this city household by household until the flame of life has been snuffed forever.
I won't allow it, Mal'Ganis. Better that these people die by my hand than serve as your slaves in death.
Isn't that true? Like, isn't that correct? In the game, every single citizen of Stratholme that you can find has already been corrupted. And during the cutscene, after you break down this house, the citizens who were tinted green before are now zombies that fight you. See? They're already turned. The only difference is whether they die by your hand now or serve as slaves to Mal'Ganis afterwards. Even if there were uninfected civilians in this town, they would still be torn apart by Mal'Ganis' army. Right? Like, this city was fucked anyway. Trolley problem? No, because you're not ending any lives that would have otherwise been saved. It's not even a trolley problem. It's just, it's nobody is dying. They're already dead. Shut up, Shu. But this always bothered me. This was the big moral turning point for Arthas. He went on to be like the main villain of all of Warcraft and continues to this day to be the most famous character alongside maybe Illidan? Yeah, no, I still think Arthas is probably the poster boy of all of Warcraft. But in this instance, the story never indicates that he was in the wrong. Well, they say he was in the wrong, but they don't show how. They don't do the math for me. They just show me the solution. It doesn't add up to the pieces that I'm seeing. It's very frustrating. Later, they did a World of Warcraft dungeon instance where you go back in time to Arthas purging Stratholme, and it still kind of shows how he was right. Yeah, the Calling of Stratholme dungeon still basically shows that he was correct. Wouldn't doing that have the potential to fuck someone up mentally? Yeah, but they show him having a moral decline beforehand. Again, I'm not saying this isn't like difficult or anything, but in terms of which outcomes had like the worst results, he was correct. You know? All they're doing right here is blaming Arthas for having the willpower. Aren't the undead people too? No. The Forsaken undead are autonomous people. The undead controlled by Mal'Ganis are part of the Legion's undead, and they have no free will. It's essentially undeath and servitude. The Forsaken do have sentience. They're led by Sylvanas. Look, wait. Shut up! Shut up! You go back in time to, like, help Arthas purge Stratholme. Wait. They play out the lines that you saw. They turn off the voice lines? What? No, not today. Yeah, no, it's supposed to play the voice audio from Warcraft during that scene. The fact that they didn't mean this person is a degenerate. Hold on, this person probably did it right. Hopefully.
But I'm still your superior as a paladin.
As if I could forget. Listen, Uther. There's something about the plague you should know.
What is with these audio levels?
Save this land!
It doesn't even show the whole... Look, whatever. I don't care. Shut up. Oh, Noble has a video on this? Did Arthas do nothing wrong?
Of the events of the past. So it was that Tyrion was given a choice between duty and honor, and he decided to choose honor. Out of respect for his sacrifices and long record of duty towards the Alliance, they were willing to give him the opportunity for a full pardon. All he had to do defenders. Tyrion carried Etric away. Shortly afterwards, Frodo and his forces, they showed up. They argued that they didn't even...
It upsets me that they both left Arthas there to do this. As a father figure and higher paladin, Uther should have done more. It's just like what Thrall did with Garrett. What did he do wrong? Vaush, this is the dumbest shit ever. Shut up. Arthas did nothing wrong. He sacrificed himself to the darkness to save his people. The only people here who fucked up were Uther and Jaina. They were the people who fucked up, okay? If you ever say Griffith was right, I'm banning you. Why would I say that? The only people who say Griffith was right are contrarian dipshits who like him because he's a femboy. There's no relationship between these things. All the people that Arthas killed were doomed to die anyway. Why didn't Arthas just retreat and leave the entire city to be turned into an army for Mal'Ganis? Why? What, to leave the entire citizenry of Stratholme to just live in eternal nightmarish undeath, a slave to Mal'Ganis? What? How is that better? The city was done either way. It was just a matter of whether or not they ended up being pawns of the undead. Because he's a paladin, he can't break his oath even if it's ethically correct. What paladin oath? It's WoW. Shut up. WoW doesn't have any consistent whatever. Would you consider this a mercy killing on a city scale? I mean, I guess. So Vaush, if you knew someone would grow up to be a dictator, would you kill them even if they haven't done anything to deserve it yet? Will from PA. You're talking about like future sight, like some fucking Minority Report shit. These people were already dead. They were already poisoned to death. Physically, empirically, they were like hours away from being converted into the undead. Their death was imminent. Here's what I don't get. Why didn't the undead use more plagued grain like that? They turned a whole city. They couldn't infect more grain. All they had to do was sprinkle a little pepper in the grain and it goes to Stratholme. They didn't have more necromancers doing that shit. WoW lore doesn't make any sense anyway, you know. It's all very inconsistent. Why not quarantine the entire area, let them die off? Because there was another army there. First of all, they wouldn't die off. They'd turn into zombies. And then they would just be a city full of zombies that would, like, mindlessly attack and kill people. And there was another army there, Mal'Ganis' army, that would have just swooped in and recruited all the zombies. And become part of his army. Which would be bad, because they were bad. Just kill Mal'Ganis? Well, you can't kill Mal'Ganis. That's the problem with Dreadlords. You can't just kill Mal'Ganis, huh? Why didn't Arthas get infected? He never ate the grain. It was tainted grain that was sent to the city. We did kill him in Legion, though. It's Warcraft lore. Yeah, just kill a demon lord forehead. Dude, just one of the jailers of the Lich Kings and Advent, proselytizers of the Burning Legion. Dude, just like kill them, bro. Dude. Did Arthas know for an absolute fact there was no cure? Mal'Ganis was already at the city. There had never been found to be a cure, and they know the plague killed people very, very quickly. There was no there's so not any other chance or choice. There was no they learned the city had been plagued because they went in there and found out. And then when they went in there to purge it, Mal'Ganis was already cleansing the city from his half. Like it was by the time they had had the ability to make a decision, Mal'Ganis was already carving out his half of the city. Would you kill baby Mal'Ganis? I have no fucking idea if Dreadlords can even be babies. I have no idea. Here's the real question, lads. Why didn't Arthas just use his level 6 ability Resurrect on them? He got it in that mission. Cooldown? 180-second cooldown? You can do that. Just spend a couple days there. 180-second cooldown. Chug some mana pots. Can you res undead? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. If we go with the D&D answers, because people who die generally fucking hate the idea of coming back. Warcraft has no consistency with who can be brought back. Okay? None whatsoever. There's absolutely no consistency. This is a general problem in a lot of games like this, because you'll have mechanics that allow you to resurrect people, but also when story moments happen, like characters have to die for real, like how could you not just bring them back, you know? And honestly, they overcomplicated the answer significantly, like way the fuck too much. Way too much. The in WoW, when you're playing, the logic for why you can resurrect is that you're like a special one, and it's been decided by the Loa of Death and their servants that it's not your time to die yet. The spirit healers that you see near graveyards are either sent from the Vrykul, or in some places they're Loa of Death. It depends on which religious system you're in the area of, but basically the idea is that it's not your time yet to die, but people get resurrected. Like, first of all, if it's not your time yet to die, then surely it wouldn't be like Thrall's if he took a bullet. Was it time to die for Vol'jin then? Like 2 days after he became war chief? Like, okay, sure. Okay, you know, whatever, just the player character, I guess. But, you know, there's all this resurrection fuckery as well, because paladins can canonically resurrect people. That's a thing that can canonically happen. And also, like, sometimes other things resurrect people. Dragonfire resurrected Bolvar, right? For some reason? Yeah, Bolvar. So somehow, it was because Alexandria was the dragon who roasted him, right? And she's the dragon of life. So, like, just getting torched by life fire does that, I think. Or was it just regular dragon fire? Alexstrasza, not Alexandria. Sorry, Alexstrasza, yeah. So, you can bring people back. You can also make people undead. You can resurrect people as undead, and, like, that's supposed to be some kind of horrible curse, but I'm not sure how. It's kind of inconsistent. Really powerful Forsaken get brought back with essentially no physical deformities. Sylvanas, you know, a lot of her right hand guy, the fucking guy with the goatee, they're basically just pale-skinned humanoids. Like, they were very keen on making sure. Yeah, Nathanos, thank you. They were very keen on making sure that Sylvanas remains fuckable. So, you know, Sylvanas can't have any, like, you know, bits falling off the way that a lot of Forsaken do, which is why Sylvanas looks like this. and has essentially the same character model as any other hot big titty bitch. You know, I guess she came from the High Elves, but, you know, whatever. She doesn't really look undead. She's supposed to be undead, you know. If you take a look at how Forsaken normally look in Warcraft, they look like actually undead. Like they look like undead, like zombies. Oh, pigeon. Yeah, speaking of things that look fucked up. There we go. She escaped. Yeah, even when people usually draw like... Yeah, like the Forsaken character models have like missing arms and shit, or like missing lower jawbones, you know? But Sylvanas and the other big Forsaken get to be super strong, so like... I'm guessing if you're really strong and you get brought back as a Forsaken, that means you get to maintain essentially your old body, but with glowing eyes, which is sick. So what's the curse then? Dude, people horny post about Sylvanas so fucking much, man. Holy shit. Is this official art? I think this might be official art. She just has the metal bikini. It is, yes? Yeah, like, Jesus. How do you feel about the metal bikini that Sylvanas is wearing? Are you not attracted to humans? Well, she's not even human. Oh yeah, so like Forsaken can be brought back as many times as they want, right? Like, here's what I don't understand. So, Sylvanas is going to hell, but she has like 6 extra lives because of the Vrykul angels who are like, we will go to hell in your place instead of you going to hell. The Valkyr, yeah. So, but can't you just bring undead back? You can just bring undead back. Like, can't you just bring them back again? Like, you can already use undead magic to bring a person who died back to undeath. So can't you bring an undeath back to undeath twice? Like, why not? It's already a soul. You're already moving it from a living body to a dead body. How does it make it any more difficult to move it from a dead body to a dead body? Shouldn't all the undead people be functionally immortal as long as there's more of that plague gas running around? Like, only if the plot asks for it? Yeah. The issue is that depending on, like, which thread of lore you're following, resurrection in Warcraft lore is either incredibly universally available or not. I think in lore, once the undead are dead, again, their soul is like banished or something like that. I think there's like varying info on this. I don't know, man. There's just no consistency. No consistency at all. Not necessarily. She seems to have gotten the ability to continue bringing back the Forsaken thanks to Valkyria follow her. She hasn't figured out how to bring them back for good other than Nathanos because plot. But they just... I don't know. Whatever. Honestly, it doesn't matter because they literally went to the Shadowlands. Like, they've met the gods of death, you know. Past a certain point, it doesn't fucking matter. The current expansion is literally like they went to death. They went to the death. They went to the institution of death, you know? Yeah, they could probably just go there and yoink souls directly back, whatever. No, because the undead are an abomination in the view of the balance of the universal order. They're an entity that is both of the plane of death and the plane of life. She cannot be resurrected in normal ways because she committed suicide, thus forsaking her soul. Wait, what god in Warcraft sends you to hell for committing suicide? Are they Christian? Are they Catholic? I thought the positive god in Warcraft was the light, and it's just meant to be some kind of vaguely Catholic, you know, force of existence that has proselytizers in the form of the Naru and others, but isn't necessarily a conscious speaking entity. The light is not 100% good. Well, no, but it's not like... Whatever. Wait, Sylvanas didn't kill herself, she got stabbed? No, she threw herself off of the cliffs of the Lich King's palace after Arthas died. Yeah, the whole nature of undeath. Oh, we learning today. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. The undead are former mortals who've died and have their souls trapped. They derive power from necromantic magic. Zombies and ghosts tend to be bloodthirsty fiends, but some have retained their memories and who they were in life. Okay. Racial history. Oh boy. Biology. Nature of undeath. Strips away certain parts from every soul. The souls of the undead are imperfectly attached to their bodies. The dark magic that sustains them is the buffer that prevents their soul from properly joining with their bodies. That's why undead feel only faint sensations of pain or discomfort from most physical stimuli, and why the light is so painful to their existence. The primary exception to this rule is liches, as liches bind their soul to a phylactery and then use the phylactery to generate a physical form. This process is why lich bodies look nothing like their mortal bodies, and also why you have to destroy a phylactery to truly kill a lich. Despite all this, there exists at least one account of someone becoming undead through the power of the light. Kalia Menethil. Oh, I remember that. Well. Aside from their affliction, the undead also suffer from an addiction to terrible vices. Death Knights, for example, possess an addiction to inflicting pain. If Death Knights do not regularly inflict agony upon another creature, they begin to suffer racking pain that could drive them into a mindless, blood-seeking hysteria. Zombies and Forsaken have a hungering for living flesh, and Stratholme have been known to consume blood. Those are the vampires. Generally, most enslaved undead are tormented and restless by their subjugation. Some welcome it because it grants them eternal life. Record of undead emoting positive emotions are rare, though there are reports. However, some Forsaken have slowly experienced a sharpening of their dulled senses of touch, smell, and so on, as well as an increase in the flashes of positive emotions that have otherwise become so rare since their fall into the undeath. I didn't realize this sucked so much. Maybe we should get rid of the Forsaken. I don't know, guys. This feels a little bit bad. Not immortality is based. Well, you're kind of immortal anyway, right? Because after you die, you just go to the Shadowlands. When you went to the Shadowlands, we met a bunch of people who had actually died, like Lady Vaush, up in the material plane or whatever. You can just go down there and be the Shadowlands is eternal slavery. Okay, well then what's the good end? Who gets to go to heaven? Huh? Uther was in the Shadowlands. Who gets to go to heaven? Uther was like the goodest good. There is no heaven? What's the least hell? There's heaven regions in Shadowlands? Yeah, but they suck. You mean the starting zone where everything looks nice, but then it turns out that all the people there have had their memories of life stripped away from them and that it slowly drives them insane? Wait, where's the good end? Wait, I didn't realize there was no good end. At least in Warhammer 40k, your soul enters oblivion after a couple of years after death. Need to revolt against the gods? Which gods? Who did this? Who's in charge? The jailer? Who's in charge of who goes where? Can we all just go to, like... Is there, like, any good end, man? Bastion was cool, but all the angel supplicants there had their memories stripped from them. What about the zone that was in Legion? The place that was just like Valhalla? Who gets to go there? Is it just the Vrykul? Stormheim, that's it. Stormheim. No. Stormheim is just the area. I'm talking about the... What's the name of the dungeon? Was it just Valhalla? Did they just call it Valhalla? Skyhold, that's what I'm thinking of. No, wait, is it? Halls of Valor. Quit giving me every goddamn dungeon name in existence, you fucking... I don't know, this seems neat. But only warriors get to go here. Hold on. In Warcraft lore, where do good people go when they die? Always the Shadowlands. No, wait, it depends on their race. The Draenor people went to different places. Why do different races go to different afterlives? Alright, we gotta find the good ending, and then I'm ending stream. That's the good ending, okay? Death is a cosmic force that holds sway over every living being. When a living being dies, their spirit lingers in the Vale before being shepherded by Kyrian into the Shadowlands. There, the spirits face the Arbiter in Oribos, who judges their soul and places them in one of the realms in Shadowland where they spend their afterlife. When a mortal soul expires, an echo of it remains. On some occasions, a living being may go to different places than the Shadowlands. For example, the spirits of the wild gods are bound to the Emerald Dream, where they go following a period of hibernation and Ardenweald upon their death. That's probably fine, right? That seems like a good one. You don't die, you just get to hibernate for a bit in the Emerald Dream. That seems okay. That's not the worst system. Liches return to their phylactery. Elementals killed outside their plane simply reform in the elemental plane. Okay, they don't even get to die. Most Stormheim Vrykul are brought to the Halls of Valor. We just looked at that. Some Vrykul may end up in Helheim. That's shit. Where they turn into Kvaldir who work for Helya. Sylvanas raise new members, the Forsaken, with the aid of the Valkyr. Okay. Demons, when killed in mortal planes, are sent to the Twisting Nether to reform. So they're just fucking warp demons, because a ton of this is taken from Warhammer. The light is wielded by paladins, can bring back to life the recently deceased, or undeath, as was the case with the Kalia Menethil. Some souls appear to travel to a light-based afterlife. Yeah, okay, wait, here we go. A light-based afterlife after dying, such as Una's parents with Blademaster Telamon, apparently believing that all paths ultimately to light, and Naru are also able to bring mortal souls to the light like Adal did with Brad and Brad in order to save them from undeath. The Draenei were able to house the souls they departed with in Auchindoun for centuries. I remember that place. Similarly, the Shadowmoon clan kept their souls. Well, wait, what? Why are they... The only place we don't have any info on is the possibly good place? Where's the expansion where you get to go to the light and beat up like God, you know? The Naru have been screaming about the light since fucking Burning Crusade. You know, when the fuck do you get to go... Like, real God. Not the gods, but God. The light God, you know? That would be Elune. Yes, I know they say it could be Elune. Okay,